So that's Elle's way of keeping a closer eye on him. Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown, back with another reaction to Death Note. This is episode 9 called Encounter. And the description does say that Elle is growing suspicious of Light's behavior, and you could already see that on the last episode. So he is supposed to start investigating Light on his own, which I think is a good idea because Daddy is too biased. I think I said something previously about there being a conflict of interest. So definitely there's a conflict of interest there.
So I was thinking about how he could have done this a bit better at the beginning. Instead of killing people and making it really obvious it was all criminals dying for seemingly no reason, that instead he could have had one person produce like a big video basically trying to convince criminals that their actions were bad and that they should kill themselves for it, and then start killing the criminals by having them watch the video and then kill themselves to make it seem like they killed themselves because of that video.
Right. Well, I think he was early on into it and just learning, so let's get started with the show. Remember when I first started watching, I thought the blonde-haired guy was redhead because of the intro with him looking all redhead.
Ryuk, I'm sure nobody's following you. Hurry up already.
Oh, the withdrawal.
I really hope you're not saying
like he was carrying his head. I know, I shouldn't make light of withdrawals. They can be really, really awful. But, and I don't know that from personal experience. More like I know that from other people's experience. And I used to work with a drug and alcohol rehabilitation place.
We eat the core as well. You know, I might actually write your name in my death note and kill you, just like that. If I kill other petty criminals whose names and faces are broadcast as I watch TV, I won't draw unnecessary attention to myself. I've over them many times.
That was yummy.
Surveillance of the Kitamura
He really
households has revealed
Kenny a lot.
nothing.
I think the live action tried to give a reason for it, being like, oh, sugar is good for your like thinking, but in reality,
We
just
still
eat
don't
sugar.
have suspects.
Sugar.
It's okay, Matsuda.
I mean, I know
We'll get 'em.
a little bit of caffeine is supposed to have some benefits for people with ADHD, which you would think would be opposite, a hyper ADHD. Now, there's supposed to be some reason for that, but it actually works well.
Let's say he could kill someone simply by wishing death upon them.
Yeah, they do technically not know that it's a death note.
It almost makes me want to believe that Kira doesn't exist, that this is just the wrath of a vengeful god. It's completely absurd to think that God would need a person's face and name to kill them.
No.
Someone very childish and immature who wants to pretend they're God.
That's what's going on.
Narcissistic.
A mass
Doesn't have to be childish.
exists.
Plenty of adults have behaviors like that that are not childish. They're just fucking narcissistic.
Expose himself to us.
Ideally, I would get to know him well enough that he'd admit to me that he was Kira and show me how he kills.
I mean, he did technically admit he was Kira to the one lady, but that was after.
I just checked in all the
Right, when
cameras.
he was getting ready to have her kill herself.
All of them, every single one.
But he does
Are you
take
listening to
risks
me?
that he really shouldn't be taking.
If that's the case, I'll have to use my father to find out Elle's true identity, and I'll eliminate him.
Once I get rid of Elle,
I wonder if he'd be
Like,
willing to
hurry
kill
up,
his
you don't
dad
wanna
to
be late.
save his ass.
Oh, do you know
He seems like it.
I really don't
think
see why
he
you two are
kills
making
his
such a big
dad,
deal
but I
out
might
of
be
this.
wrong.
He's just like, he so easily adjusts his moral spectrum
It's nice to know that one cause of
to
stress was
go
resolved
along
before
with
my
whatever
exam.
he wants to
Once I
save
get
his
into
own
university,
ass.
now
I'm
who
sure it
the
would be
hell
a lot
really is?
harder if it was his loved one, but
You know, civics.
And begin!
I don't mind civics.
I hate civics.
Social studies like U.S. history and stuff like that, that was aggravating for me, mostly because of the way it was taught. But civics was okay. That was more interesting to me. But I've always been more interested in political stuff.
Sit properly in your chair.
Is he gonna figure out who it is just because of this stuff? So that's Elle's way of keeping a closer eye on him. I keep mixing up Elle and Light.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of Shinigami are observing the human world lately.
He's a disgrace to the pride of the Shinigami.
What about the human who's keeping Ryuk? Who would want him as a pet?
Who would want him as a pet?
So what's the
Ryuk is
story?
one of the better looking.
Is it a male or a female?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's weird that it seems like the Death Notes, sort of, the people that get them are usually, like, bad people. Like, there's never, like, a decent person that picks it up. They're all just like, I'm gonna kill everyone.
I mean, is it that, or is it the whole temptation of something like a Death Note
You're a college student.
kind of veers a person's natural tendency to a more evil side of themselves?
But there would still be people that wouldn't go through with that. Pretty sure they always, like, try to push it towards, like, a sort of fake good sort of evil.
I knew I'd be giving the address with one other student, but I never expected this. I remember him from the exam center. He got into trouble for sitting oddly in his desk.
Stupid reason to freaking call somebody out.
Yeah. Although his feet are on the desk.
As all of us embark on
Still.
this new chapter of the student who scores
His
highest
posture is
supposed to give the speech, right?
I heard they both had perfect scores for all subjects.
Seriously? It's hard to believe there are actually people like that. These two are total opposites.
They're mirrors, reflective of each other.
This guy must be what they call a mad genius.
He's just toying with us.
I would just assume he's autistic.
Damn.
There's many, many, many ways to be autistic. And frankly, both of them could be.
Like, if you promise not to tell anyone about this, I have important information concerning the Kira investigation that I'd like to share with you. Where's this coming from? And who is he? Is it safe to just ignore him?
I want to tell you I'm Al.
What? There's no way. That's strange,
I
but
feel like there's no
this
way
is
he would
pretty
say that
extreme.
in a public area.
Stop.
Especially when it's
This
that
isn't good.
quiet.
Don't
Right.
act surprised.
People hear.
The reason I chose to reveal my identity to you is because I think you could be of some help to us on the Kira investigation. Something tells me I'm not wrong to suspect you.
If he were to die right after telling me who he was, it would only confirm their suspicions. I might accidentally picture the face of Ryuga the pop star, and then
Does he already suspect that
His
I'm Kira?
reasoning seems
It's
absurd
hard
to
say
me.
how much he knows, but
Dude's got
what other
some
reason
long
could
ass
he have for
toes.
telling Soichi to forget his son that he's Al?
I didn't think the ceremony would be so interesting.
What an amazing car.
A limousine?
Well, I'm sure I'll see you on campus.
Call that amazing?
Some serious money.
Plus, he's at the top of the class? Where's the justice?
I think I would be more surprised the fact that he has a guy opening the door for him and then driving him around.
Right. Any of it, I think, because the way he dresses and acts, I don't think people would suspect that he's like high class.
Damn it! He got me! I've never been so humiliated in my life! Death Note can only kill the person whose name is written in it. It's not like I can arrange for someone else. It's inconvenient. That's the flaw with the Death Note.
Light is usually
It's
so
gonna be
calm,
neat.
but he snapped. This must be chaotic.
They should put cameras in that can actually take the sound also.
Well, they had
Regardless
taps.
of the cause
It
of
seems
death,
like
L dies now, the police are going to suspect me.
For L, this strategy acts as a solid defense and it allows him to confront Kira directly,
He could just be trying to shake you up.
playing the absent-minded genius, and we'll pretend like nothing's going on. Then I'll kill you. With my hands if I have to.
Kira will kill you. I kill you. Good episode. interesting but funny. That's all I have for you this week. I will see you next week. Bye. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you want more content, click subscribe. If you click that little bell and click all, then you'll get more content notifications.